Now.
Right now at 5 o'clock, a social media scandal rocks the Sixers front office. The team's head honcho under fire for using fake Twitter accounts to take shots at players and share sensitive information. We have several new details in this drama, which started developing overnight. Good evening. I'm Keith Jones.
And I'm Rosemary Connors. Right now, the Sixers organization is investigating the allegations against Bryan Colangelo. He's accused of using 5 secret Twitter accounts to blast former management, criticize players, and leak inside information. The tweets reportedly linked to Colangelo have been called inflammatory, insulting, and reckless. Colangelo admits he did use one of the accounts to follow news about the league, but insists he never tweeted from it. He also denies having anything to do with the other 4 accounts.
And the Sixers released a statement which reads in part, quote, "The allegations are serious and we have commenced an independent investigation into the matter. We will report the results of that investigation as soon as it is concluded." So how difficult would it be for team investigators to prove that the same person was truly behind all of those different Twitter accounts? Investigative reporter George Spencer has been digging into that question all day. George.
Keith, it could be very simple or it could be next to impossible. The investigation will likely succeed or fail based on how well the mystery tweeter covered their tracks.
Now Simmons in transition. What a pass to Embiid!
For years now, Sixers fans have been trusting the process, and this past season finally ended in the playoffs. But Philly's feel-good story may come to a screeching halt now that team president Bryan Colangelo is being investigated on allegations that he used anonymous Twitter accounts for all kinds of online commentary.
Is that a tough investigation?
It happens actually more than you would suspect.
And Ron Schleck should know. His firm, BTB Security, regularly investigates cases of corporate leaking similar to what's alleged here. He says Sixers investigators will need to do a forensic exam of all of Colangelo's computers and mobile devices, even those at the team president's home, which might require a judge's order.
Investigators would be able to trace email addresses that were created.
Yes, they would be able to get them.
Schleck tells us those devices would easily reveal logins to email addresses and Twitter accounts associated with the usernames in question.
In most cases, that's the only way that you can tie the creation and the use of those accounts to an actual individual.
But for a Twitter user who's thinking ahead and looking to cover their tracks, a prepaid cell phone with prepaid data and made-up email addresses would make the mystery tweeter nearly impossible to track down if they threw away or destroyed the phone. Even tracing IP addresses could prove fruitless if the tweeter was using public or community Wi-Fi.
Getting rid of that phone, no one would be able to trace that back unless you got that actual device.
Ultimately, Schleck believes this case may come down to the Sixers' own social media policy and just how far team leaders want to go with the investigation. But if there's evidence that any NBA league rules were broken, the team may not end up having a choice. Keith and Rosemary.
George Spencer all over this. Thank you, George. Now to your First Alert forecast.